But in life, you have to look at things from a whole perspective. You can't just simply think just because I was born into this, or just because I was taught this, and this because loved ones believe in this, doesn't necessarily mean that is correct. Simple. That's facts. That's life. Was at a point of time where I was just thinking, but I've been a Christian since I've grown up. I've read in church. I've served in church. And I asked myself, okay, so why am I Christian? And the answer to that, I couldn't quite find, because I was simply blindly following a religion simply because I was born into it. And it genuinely didn't make sense to me now that I look at it. It is genuinely impossible for you to look past Islam and not accept it if you open your heart and drop the stubbornness, which I had to do because I want to know my purpose in life. I want to believe in the right things. I ain't trying to go to hell. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to say as well, since I found Islam, like, my problems and peace has gone. Like, Islam has fixed everything. Like, I'm more peaceful, I'm more patient, I'm more humble, I'm less angry. Absolutely everything's changed, and I just want to, very happy for that. And the best, my days, I'm not trying to carry the camera, cuz. As you can see the title, this video is my story about how I reverted from being a Christian to Islam. So yeah, before I start the video though, I would like to say thank you to all the brothers that have guided me and all the brothers that have helped me from all these gifts that you lot have given me. I appreciate it more than you know, or more than what you would know. My brother even buy me a prayer mat. You lot's generosity, you lot didn't have to do all of this, and I appreciate it. So I just wanted to start off the video with saying thank you to you lot for helping me, taking me underneath you lot's wings, guiding me, looking after me, and making me feel very welcome. So that's what I want to say first. Thank you. Time to start my story. So it started off with a debate with a friend who is Muslim. So it started off with a debate with him, and he kind of just, after that debate, he just left a lot of questions within what I believed in. And me being very ignorant, stubborn, and defensive, I wouldn't listen to what he was saying. I would just generally just argue, or just be like, bro, you don't know what you're speaking about, and stuff like that. So I was very ignorant, stubborn, hard-headed, not willing to listen, and that's fine, right? I was like that simply because I grew up being a Christian. So how could he be telling me what I believed in was wrong? I had loved ones that were Christians. So whatever he said or whatever he was to tell me, that would make me feel, I'll be offended by that, simply because that's something I've truly believed in since young. Wouldn't anyone feel like that? But in life, you have to look at things from a whole perspective. You can't just simply think just because I was born into this, or just because I was taught this, and this because loved ones believe in this, doesn't necessarily mean that is correct. Simple. That's facts. That's life. Yeah. It's a bit like a journey. Cool. If I was in a car and I told you jump in the car, you're not gonna be like, okay, cool, bro, let's go. You're gonna be like, yo, where we going? You're gonna ask questions, right? So when it comes to religion, think of it as that car. You're gonna get into a car, ask questions. You're gonna wanna know where you're going. You're gonna know the destination. But you're gonna ask questions, right? So with religion, why don't we ask questions? It's like we're upset or scared to find out the truth within a religion just simply because you've been brought up to believe in that. So that's the first thing I did, was ask myself, alright, cool, after he's told me these contradictions, and after he's told me about how the Quran has never been changed, and how the Quran's in its perfect form, it's never been changed because millions have memorized it, and if you was to move a simple dot from the Quran, people would realize straight away. And the Quran never being touched over 1,400 years plus years, I was just like, yeah, alright, cool, let me, maybe I might have to start looking into it. But I wouldn't tell him that. That was only a thought between myself. So through the debate, I would still be a bit like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. But when I'm by myself, I'm thinking, okay, he's telling me the Bible's being changed. The Bible's changed some names. It's lost its names and actually replaced some names with its meaning instead of its name. Stories and endings have been changed by man. So how could the word of God, and how can people act upon the word of God if it's been changed by man? So that just rubbed me the wrong way, and I just then was at a point of time where I was just thinking, oh, but I've been a Christian since I've grown up. I've read in church, I've served in church. And that's when I then asked myself, okay, so Shemai, why are you a Christian? Yeah, not how you're a Christian, but why are you a Christian? And I asked myself, okay, so why am I a Christian? And the answer to that, I couldn't quite find, because I was simply blindly following a religion simply because I was born into it. And it genuinely didn't make sense to me now that I look at it and actually read about Christianity. Whereas in Islam, we believe in Allah, which simply just means God, but in Arabic it has a more intense meaning. I'm not going to dive into that, but yeah. So Allah, meaning one true God, simply cannot die, has no human characteristics, has nothing. You can't compare Allah to a human. Simple. We believe Jesus was a prophet. He was able to do miracles through the will of God. One God. Yeah. We believe in Jesus having a miracle birth. Yeah. The same. So it's the same in that aspect. Whereas the teachings of Jesus being God was where stuff was misled. And the Quran being a living miracle right now, the Quran's literally a living miracle, which outrules and supersedes the other past books and the other past teachings to set straight of what's been misinterpreted and what's been and what people have like misinterpreted and been misled into believing in. So the Quran's the last final holy book, and that there and the fact that it's still never been touched was like, I had to ask myself, okay, why don't I look into this? So I said to my friend, all right, cool, send me some videos, send me some links. If this is the so true religion, let me believe in it. Let me look into this, because I'm still defensive, because this is just telling me what I believe in, and what I believe in is not true. And then I looked into the videos, I looked into it, and the fact that the Quran's a miracle, just you can't look past that. The fact that it's not been touched by man, the fact that it's the same word from God, you can't look past that. You genuinely have to look into it. So I would say, yeah, someone who genuinely gets spoken to correctly about Islam and actually opens the heart and actually understands, it is genuinely impossible for you to look past Islam and not accept it if you open your heart and drop the stubbornness, which I had to do because I want to know my purpose in life. I want to believe in the right things. I ain't trying to go to hell. So that's what I did. Started watching videos, started seeking knowledge, seeked enough evidence, which was the turning point for me then. God being almighty, God being one true God. That's how I see it. I never believed Jesus was God. There's so much contradictions, which I'm not going to go into. There's so much contradictions, but if you take the knowledge and actually look into it, you'll find it yourself, and you will look into it. It's literally 2022. Like, you know, you can actually find the truth. Alhamdulillah, I was guided. So, yeah. Watching videos, and then I came to a point where I was like, you know what, yeah, I think I'm quite ready. And this was going on 7 to 6 months before I took my shahada. Yeah. Once that turning point then came, that's when I was like, you know what, I'm kind of lost now because I don't really have a religion. It was in the middle point where I didn't have a religion, but I knew there was God. So Christianity was kind of outruled for me from it being changed and translated, and the meanings being lost and stuff. That's when it was then out of the picture for me. But yeah, I wasn't a Muslim yet, and I was just kind of lost within a religion. But I knew there was a God, and I would still pray to God, but I would ask for guidance. And in the Quran it says Allah guides those who want to be guided, which is funny enough how now I have been guided. So yeah, and I then spoke to him and said to him, all right, cool, I think I'm ready now, so can I get a Quran? He was taking his time to give it to me because he was like, oh, take your time, bro, take your time. Like, take your time. Then I was like, no, bro. I'm stressed right now. Like, I'm going to bed, like, not knowing any, not without a path. Like, I have no straight path. I'm kind of lost right now, bro. I kind of need guidance. Cool. And then the next phase now was me accepting and being a Muslim, which was kind of hard for me because the way how the media portrays a Muslim, that was kind of like stained in the back of my head. Like, like, oh, isn't being a Muslim, like, you know how how the media like portray being a Muslim as something negative when it's far from. If you generally look into Islam, the characteristics, like Islam is literally about character. Character. No backbiting. If someone says Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, back to them. Literally, like, it's all about character. If someone does you wrong, don't do them wrong back, pray for them. So Islam is all about character. A very beautiful religion. Accepting and becoming a Muslim was the next stage. Yeah, like, me being able to say I'm a Muslim was kind of, you know what I mean, because I was saying I'm a Christian before. So, and I kind of looked at my boy like, bro, how am I supposed, I don't even look Muslim. Like, bro, are you sure like no one's gonna look at me funny or anything? He's like, bro, do you know how many like guys with dreadlocks that are Muslim? So like, you're fine. Like, I don't understand why you think like Islam or being a Muslim has a certain look. Like, anyone can be a Muslim. Muslim simply means someone who submits himself to one God. That's the definition of a Muslim. So I was like, all right, cool. So I ain't got to cut my hair, but eventually, probably, I don't know yet. But yeah, I then had to go into the phase of accepting and being a Muslim. So I was like, bro, how can I be a Muslim and I got dreadlocks? Like what are you talking about? Like, Muslims don't look like me. So then that's when I was like, all right, cool. I believe it's the truth. Let me accept this slowly. And slowly, I then started to get closer, started to accept it more, and started to open my heart more. And then I believed into it and was definitely true about it. Remember, this video is just about how I found Islam. If this video does touch you, then let it touch you. The way how a Muslim practices is what caught my heart even more. Like, the way how religions, how Muslims, like actual Muslims, like, are on their deen and actually pray and actually don't mess around with their religion is what got me. And you don't really see that today within Christianity. Whereas with Muslims, like, they genuinely are on their stuff. Like, I think we all know that. Like, praying 5 times a day. If you don't pray 5 times a day, that doesn't make you a Muslim. Like, literally, that is not me telling you that. That's literally a rule. Pray 5 times a day. Do you know what I mean? With being a Christian, like, you kind of just have to say, oh, I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and that's kind of that type of thing. It's not really no strict, or not even strict, but there's not even no like proper teachings and paths that everyone follows and sticks to, and an actual Muslim actually is on their stuff. Like, I genuinely believe like a Muslim will tick more boxes in Christianity than an actual Christian does. That's generally a fact. Yeah. And then the next part of my stage was just before Ramadan, before I took my shahada. I then was brought to the masjid, and I was kind of thinking, oh, I'm getting thrown into the deep end here. Like, I'm not even certain yet. I'm not really certain yet, but I'm being guided and brought here. So I kind of was down to go, but I wasn't really set upon my decision yet. But I knew it was the truth, but I didn't have any knowledge about it yet. But apart from like the truth, but I didn't have no knowledge about like the prophets peace be upon them, and like stories and the true stories, because, you know, I didn't have that knowledge yet. I was still learning. I just really got turned by how we all prayed together, how we all prayed, the recitation from the imam, the guidance from the brothers, people that didn't know me all come up to me, oh, salam bro, salam, the smiles, all of that was what was like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm slowly getting there now. Then Ramadan came in, so the first Ramadan I was fasting from the beginning. And then I said to my friend, like, okay, cool, bro, like, I know this is the truth and that type of thing. Like, can I, like, does this count? He was like, yeah. But something about me felt, I was like, but I'm not really, like, I haven't even reverted yet, so how does this count? He was like to me, bro, it counts, like, don't worry, it counts. Allah knows your intention. I was like, all right, calm. Second day came, then I was like, I'm fasting, but I don't know, man. I don't really know. Asked my other friend, oh, I'm fasting, bro, does it count? He was like, no, it's a bit like a university course. Like, it's like you're studying for the course, but you ain't signed up yet. So then I was like, bro, what? I was like, bro, take my shahada. Let me take my shahada this Friday. No, I'm taking my shahada, bro. I wanted to take it the next day, but they were like, no, hold on till Friday, the holy day. Took it Friday, and I'll put the video here. and that was the best feeling of my life so far. The brothers smiling, the brothers grinning, the brothers greeting me.
Servant and messenger.
It's the servant and messenger.
Takbir. Yeah, Brother Shumai, please welcome him into the community and the brotherhood, inshallah.
It was the best day, man. I probably could have cried if I let myself cry, but you know, can't do that. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can literally see from the videos of how peaceful and how a genuine Muslim is. And ever since I found Islam, my heart's changed. Everything's changed about me. Like, my destination's changed. I'm so happy. Like, my patience, my peace, my everything. Like, absolutely everything's changed. And I just want to, yeah, very happy for that. And the best, oh my days, I'm not trying to cry at the camera, cuz. Hey. But yeah, so what I'm gonna say is that if someone can genuinely find Islam, then bro, I'm telling you now, find Islam. Please look into it. Please look into it. Please look into it. Best gift I've ever been gifted. I thank Allah for guiding me. I thank Allah for bringing me here. I thank Allah for everything. I went through Ramadan, and Ramadan then secured it even more, like from fasting, from the brothers being together. People that don't even know me talking to me like they know me. Surprised myself even fasting from the beginning to the end. I never thought I would be able to do that. If you told me I'd be fasting, if you told me I was going to be a Muslim like 5 years ago, I probably would have been like, bro, what are you talking about? Being defensive and being ignorant. One advice from me, I would say, is if you are going to look into Islam, whether that be you don't believe in religion and you believe in God, or if you're a Christian, then ask yourself questions, because same thing I did for myself. Don't follow something blindly just because you have loved ones, or generally ask yourself questions, because you wouldn't get into a car and go in a direction you don't know you're going in without asking any questions. So do the same with religion, do the same with your purpose on earth. That's one thing I would say for sure. And open your heart, be a baby, like go on like you've been, go on and seek knowledge and accept the knowledge and hear the knowledge like say you haven't heard anything before. Be a baby to knowledge, like be new to it, be fresh, and just listen and just take on knowledge like a baby, like listen to it. You may not need to say anything back, but just listen to it, do your research on it and look into it. That's one thing I would say. How have my family taken me being a Muslim? Perfect. So alhamdulillah, my mum being absolutely fine with it. I know some people were scared to take the shahadas because of parents and disbelief. With parents, take it easy with them. You know your parents, not me. I know my mum, and I kind of she, not to say she didn't have a decision on it, but she kind of, like, if I want to find the truth in my life, my mum's not gonna stop me. Do you know what I mean? Like, my mum's not gonna stop me. If I was to ever get kicked out, then I get kicked out, type of thing. Like, obviously, like, thank God I'm in a good household. I got good family and stuff. But you gotta kind of see it like that. Like, don't make someone stop you from, you know, like, God created your mum as well. So you know your parents, not me, innit? If you generally feel truthful about something, then I would say go for it. Summary: I just opened my heart, listened, took on knowledge, looked into it, found out it was the truth, went into it, studied it, went to the mosque for the first time, took part in Ramadan. Within the first week of Ramadan, I wanted to take my shahada, took my shahada, best feeling ever, and there's no looking back now. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to say as well, since I found Islam, like, my problems and peace has gone. Like, Islam has fixed everything. Like, I'm more peaceful, I'm more patient, I'm more humble, I'm less angry, I'm less I'm so less angry, I'm less, you know, like, my worldly desires of being cut, like, and the fact that a religion just come in and done all of that is mad. And that's how I know God's real, that's how I know Allah's real, that's how I know Allah's guided me, and I can only be thankful for that. Pray, make dua, hit my 5 prayers, and just relax. It's already pre-written, so I'm just gonna relax, let Allah do what needs to be done. As long as it benefits my man, then make it go through, and if it's not gonna benefit my man, then don't make it go through. But there's an answer for everything, and for a believer, for someone who believes, the outcome is always gonna be positive. So I have no stress. Yeah, the outcome, whatever path I choose to go down in life, now I'm a believer, the outcome is always gonna be positive. I hope this video touches one person's heart at least. I just want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you the guys as well. Say thank you. There's more books upstairs. Like, there's actually more books upstairs. Shams the Kid. Like, subscribe, and comment.